Hey guys, it's Joe here from XFoxGames. Check it out. We got the CornerFire, of course, by DartZone. Now, some of you guys know this is a Target exclusive, but kind of the DartZone / Adventure Force line. And again, they've been coming out with some stuff. You guys can check out here some of our favorites we've recently reviewed. Phenomenal. Again, the price to performance has been unbelievable. Again, both from the DartZone / Adventure Force line. If you guys don't believe me, again, check out the Spectrum, and you guys will be like, what? For 24 bucks, I get just a bomb blaster? Yes. And, you know, when it comes to the CornerFire, when I saw this at Target, I was like, okay, this is kind of a little gimmicky, right? Whoa. I was like, this is a kind of a little gimmicky. I don't know if I want to get it. Like, I was like, okay, it doesn't go quite 90 degrees, but still, I can see coming around a corner and not having to look and shoot. And I passed it up for about the first month. I was like, no, I don't want to get it. I was like, I don't want to do it. I'd rather just pick up another Spectrum if I can and just call it good. But the more I kind of thought about it, the more I passed it, I was like, okay, fine. I could see a need for this. Once I actually looked at some reviews and noticed that the actual scope up here actually does make you or help you look around a corner when you're going around. I was like, okay, you know what? This could change the game a little bit, right? It could help us out, because we've all been there, right? Where you know someone is on the other side of a bunker or a wall, and you got to come out and you got to shoot, and they're shooting. Hey, it would be nice just to kind of poke this out and kind of look around the corner, even though your hand is a little exposed, but it's better than putting your whole body. So let's look at the box so you guys can kind of see what this thing is all about right out of the gate. So the box, right, again, it is a Target exclusive. We got DartZone. I kind of like it when you can actually see the blaster, though, instead of it being in a quote-unquote box and kind of hidden. But hey, you can see it on the front of the box, but I always like seeing the blaster in its real deal form, right? CornerFire looks pretty cool. Kid has a big old smile on his face. If we turn around and take a look at the back of the box, again, nothing new here. There is not a lot of kind of Easter eggs on the back about the different DartZone blasters, but I always love it on some of the other blaster products where they kind of show you and say, hey, here are some of the blasters that are currently out, or here's some of the ones that are coming up. You know, keep an eye out. But nothing too crazy here, right? Just sort of, you know, CornerFire says it shoots up to this, you know, droppable kind of little drum mag thing there. So nothing too crazy on the back here. A thing to note, this is, yes, it takes 6 AA's. That is one of my biggest kind of complaints about other blasters where they use 4 AA's. I'm like, 4 AA's? Really? Like, the industry standard right now should be 6 AA's at a minimum, and I'm hoping that, you know, sooner or later they take that from 6 AA's to some type of little battery pack, because again, you know, having a 9.6 volt battery pack instead of chewing through AA's is, I think, going to be a driving factor for a lot of the blasters going forward, because again, if you're like me, you don't want to rip through a bunch of AA's. I would like to mod this thing, and that's why I think most people do a LiPo mod for it, you know, 9.6 volts, or 7.2 or 11.1, so you can reuse those batteries over and over and over again. But yeah, so let's take a look at the actual kind of just the aesthetics of this thing right out of the gate. You guys can see a very good looking blaster, very similar again to a lot of the blasters in this series. I love that lime green. They don't overdo it on the side with nuts and rivets and moldings. They kind of keep it simple and say, look, you know, nothing too fancy here. You know, they're going to focus on performance, which is what I expect most, right? Just give me the performance out of the blaster and I can customize it later. The actual grip itself, again, is not too bad. Again, I have sort of large adult hands, and it fits really good. A lot of the weight is up front of this blaster, so really one-hand operation is probably not the best. You are definitely going to use 2, so it's not too bad. You know, really no butt plate for it, but still, again, not a bad handle. The front handle, right, is really the biggest thing about this whole blaster. It's really what controls that whole left and right kind of movement. And you always don't have to go almost 90 degrees. It can go, I mean, really the whole spectrum from, it's like 15, what is that, 20, 45. That's about 60. So you can go either right or left here. And all you got to do is kind of just push that little nub on that front grip up there and just kind of go right to left with wherever you're trying to shoot. And that's pretty cool, right? You're not going to lose any performance whether you go right or left. I was trying to figure out, say, okay, if you shot right, are you going to get more FPS? But it's the same thing both ways, so you guys don't really have to worry about that. And it doesn't move too much when you're running with it. It does kind of clank around a bit, and really if you torque it, you can move it. But for the most part, guys, I mean, if you're not too hard on this thing, it's not going to move whether you're looking forward or to the right or to the left. Now, yeah, like I talked about, the scope is built into the actual kind of blaster itself. Sure, you can remove it. I see a couple screws and things like that on the top where you can remove it, but it's really what makes this blaster itself. So I say don't remove it, because there is a tactical rail on the back where you can see where it's screwed to. And then, of course, you got a tactical rail up front. Now, you know, when I first got this, I was like, oh, what is this orange piece? And this orange piece on the back of the scope is one piece that you put in. It does come separate. I thought maybe it went on the front of the blaster, but it goes on the back. And you do, again, have that tactical rail up front and it comes with kind of this, I don't know, if you want to call it another little iron sight per se up front, and you can easily remove it. I ended up taking it away just because, again, when I'm looking down the scope, I'm just going to point it out to you. I don't really need that iron scope, but you can put other quote-unquote Nerf-style accessories on the front, or, again, kind of the Adventure Force / DartZone line. You could put another little attachment up there. There's not a ton of them currently at the moment, but you can put one of your favorites up there, maybe another scope or something like that. One of the things I was hoping for was a tactical rail on the bottom here for a light or another grip. I don't know, something else, but there is nothing. So really you only get one at the front. You can consider it two if you do take out the scope for this back one, but I just say keep this scope on there because it's really what this blaster is all about. Now, it does only come with, which is strange, only 10 of the waffle darts. You know, you've been seeing it on the Adventure Force line where they're coming with like double the amount of darts that you would typically get. And that's what I like. I like it where they include either double or just some more, because you're going to lose a couple of these. Let's just face it, right? We've all shot it thinking we're going to go get them and we lose them. So having double the darts, I think, is a big selling point with kind of the Adventure Force line. They've been tending to give you a lot more darts than what are actually needed for the particular blaster. But still, again, 10, not too bad. The front little drum up here, it does come out. I thought it was going to be static when I first got it, or it was going to be one of those ones where you put it in and you can't get it out. So you can see pretty easy. You can just almost push it out with one hand from one side, pop it out, put it in, pop it out. So I think that's kind of cool. You know, being able to pop that little magazine or little drum clip, whatever you want to call it, in and out is kind of nice for quick reloads. Now, when you are reloading this thing, though, guys, you'll notice that really there is a little arrow on the front there that says, hey, load in here, because really the moldings and everything on the blaster almost prevent you from putting these in any other way without really messing up your darts. So it is a little bit slower of a loading process for this particular blaster, but again, if you want to make it quick, just pop that blaster, you know, pop the little thingy all the way out, and then put your darts all the way in. And again, I love me some of these waffle head darts. They are great. So let's flip over here so you guys can see me shooting this particular blaster. Again, it's really hard to kind of get a good angle of it shooting, but you guys can kind of see here. I tried going 90 degrees. I showed you a few that were straight. I showed you a few that were left kind of angled, and they all shot hard. FPS-wise, yeah, this thing's right at about 90 FPS. You know, again, the more you let those motors spin and rev up, again, the faster it was going to shoot. If you did a lot of succession shots in a row and shot, you tended to notice a little bit of FPS drop, right? Because those motors did not ramp all the way up. The ramp time in this, though, is great. Comparison to some other blasters that I've seen, the ramp time is very slow. But on this particular blaster, really with the whole DartZone line and the Adventure Force line, the ramp time is very quick, which I like because, let's face it, right? We're all going to shoot quicker than normal, right? I want to be able to shoot 2 or 3 without having the first one go 90 and the next 2 go 70. But you can see here, I mean, I can just turn this a little bit, really maybe look down the sight, or a lot of times I will just kind of angle the, look at the angle and just kind of shoot, right? Gosh, that's awesome. But I think it's nice. I think it gives, again, a kind of different look to the sport, right? It gives you a little bit of an edge if you have long hallways that you don't want to poke your head out, and you just kind of want to look and kind of see what's down there before you take any shots. Or if you know someone's coming, just fire a bunch of shots around instead of having to poke your whole body out, around the corner. And it does have, of course, a little sling attachment back here in case you want to use this as your main. For me, I don't know. I never really use the sling attachments. I'm always just ready to go. But I could see it, right? When you run out of darts, drop it, pull out the side, and be ready to go. I don't know, guys. Overall, I think this one is kind of cool. Shoots hard. I think, though, if it were between this and the Spectrum, I'd probably go the Spectrum right now just because that one, for me, has the better accessories. You can do the different size magazines and the drums in it. So again, you guys know I got to show it. I always got to show my drum mag. I would go this just because I can plop in my 25 round drum or use the 31 round from the Rebel Mech. Again, your kind of choice. And this one comes with a few attachments. Got the stock. You guys already know all about this. Again, if you guys are curious, check it out here. But if it was between me right now, if I already had the Spectrum, sure, go ahead and get this and just be able to use that kind of gimmick around the corner. It's great. Otherwise, I would just pick up another Spectrum. You cannot go wrong with these blasters. I can't talk enough about those, and I know I talk about them all the time, and I always talk about those drum mags. But still, nonetheless, very cool. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll get it, and maybe in one of my battles, I'll get somebody with it. But then they're probably going to know about it, right? They're going to be like, okay, I'm not going to come down that hallway because I know he's going to come shoot me around the corner with this thing, which, I mean, that sometimes is all it takes, right, is winning that one round to get through. But still very cool. I'm still very glad I have this in my arsenal. But, yeah, if it was between me and Spectrum, I'm going to pick up a Spectrum all day. But still, nonetheless, very good blaster for the price. Pick one up if again, if you're inside your house and you want to go around the corner and shoot your brother or sister or something like that, hey, it's definitely a cool blaster. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this particular thing. Hopefully that gives you guys a good idea in case you guys see this, at your local Target store and you say, yeah, should I get it? Should I not get it? Hopefully this will give you guys a good idea and maybe, help you guys get it, or maybe just pass on it and get the Spectrum. I don't know. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. As always, leave it down in the comments. I'm always curious on what you guys think of this. And you guys already know it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, right? I like doing a lot of reviews on this stuff to give you guys a little bit of knowledge about some of the stuff that is out there before you guys actually buy it, or maybe if you guys haven't, want to hear a different opinion. Anyways, thanks again, Fox fans.